We're back.
We back.
Okay, so let's pick up in.
Wait.
Oh,
I don't want to
shit,
steal
okay.
Carly's thunder.
Oh,
Did you have an
shit.
opener for us?
No. Well, I didn't realize we were coming back so soon, so I could have opened with that. I really wanted to get it in there.
So no jokes for this.
Nothing. No, I'm not. I'm done telling jokes. You guys don't think I'm funny.
She thought you were hilarious. Okay.
I was good. I mean, the audience would probably loved it.
That better make it.
Give us a
that
little
better make it one of the clips. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm
people
totally.
will laugh.
That's gonna be the first clip we share.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got that off
Look at her-
of
look at her
TikTok,
face.
and
Yeah,
it went
TikTok.
viral.
On
Wow.
TikTok,
The guy who told it, yeah. And he has an accent. And he goes, "Did you hear about the Olympic athlete who adopted 3 children?"
It was
And
the
then it cuts
accent.
to the guy
was the
watching it.
accent for sure.
it was totally that.
I think he's. I'm not even gonna say where he's
Did he
from.
have a
because I'm
shirt
gonna
off?
mess it up. No, it's his
Oh.
video, and then it clips to a guy who's sitting there like,
You know what we need to do is have your friend that reached out like when we very first started.
"Oh yeah,
That guy.
he's hot."
What was
Oh, the guy that was interacting.
we need to
with
phone
you.
in with
Yeah.
him, but request that he doesn't have a shirt on. That guy.
I don't know if he would do that.
He said he would help us out.
Yeah.
He didn't say
He didn't say
within the
how.
limits. So that's pretty fucked up if he's going to Indian give like that, right?
I agree.
He
okay.
offered.
So
Yes.
here's what I'd like to say
Okay.
about Danielle's dating.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because have you even looked at the app since Carly finished her?
No.
Okay, so you didn't see anything in there.
So how is this gonna work if she's not following up with anything?
I was going to ask the same thing.
I put a lot of work into that.
I felt like, here's the thing. I felt like, because I spied, like I kept tabs, right?
Oh, so she was looking.
When I was in Utah. Yeah, because I was boring. So I was like, what's Carly saying? Like who's she matching with? Whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't get past 2 interactions with anybody. Right?
Well,
I felt like.
oh, I'm gonna say this. Like, it is hard, right?
I'm not saying it's not hard.
I know, it's
I'm
very
not, I'm not
hard,
blaming you at all.
And they don't respond, but I will tell you that you guys were interacting with me on the side, and you would make it sound like you didn't like that guy, so I'm just gonna ghost him. Because I'm not gonna carry on a conversation if you didn't like him. Right.
Like you were
also-
following and didn't like some of the guys she was
Or
talking
she would
to?
say like, "Oh, he smokes weed, or he doesn't,
Oh, yeah.
or he doesn't want a long term relationship." Okay, we're done with that
for
one,
sure. Yes,
right?
yes.
So like, then I
You're
would
picking up what
stop.
I'm putting down.
But 2, you don't want to be annoying, so I'd ask the
Right.
question or send the question to them, and if they didn't answer it, then it
Which
just
is
goes
good.
away.
Like, why would you put energy where it's
Right.
not?
True.
Like, whatever. So I don't think there's like a big. There was nothing that got deep enough that I
Yeah.
felt like I needed to jump in.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. And not to your, like, it wasn't your fault. I just
Yeah.
don't think that's the kind of people we've swiped on yet. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I know. And I will tell you what maybe, like, we had a conversation. What I thought was maybe cute, and I didn't look at like socially smoking weed doesn't bother me,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna tell you, 99% of those men on there have socially.
I know, but Carter, it releases spores that Carter could get sick. So it's
Oh,
not even
exactly.
that
So
I
you
like
can't
matter.
even
It's
do it.
like,
Okay.
yeah, my kid comes first, right?
Yes.
So it was just like, that's a no-go.
Yep. And but
Yeah.
what I think is cute, maybe she does. And like it's
Yeah.
really hard when you don't know enough.
Well, you can't filter by that, and that doesn't it serve up people that like if you
Oh, I'm sure you could. I haven't. Remember, I didn't even go through and finish that program. I was like skipping because I was here on the
you
thing.
could say no weed smokers
Yeah.
if it literally doesn't
Mhm.
serve you up any weed smokers.
I think
I
you
maybe
put
can.
that write it in, right?
I could do that before your week, unless you're just like.
Well, I think it really depends also on how you're feeling about it. Because here was my other thought: is like, what if we just hardcore worked it on the streets, like not the actual streets,
Right.
but I mean,
right.
like, what acquaintances does she have? What do I have?
I feel like I would feel better. I wouldn't have as much anxiety about it because
if it was a real person that we knew.
yeah, that you guys could be like, oh, we actually know this person. This is their habits. Blah blah blah. You know?
Sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't say that I would. I mean, I'd have to really think about my circle, but it might be like a third removed type person, so we might not know them that well. But I almost feel like that way might be a little easier than some online
You
situation.
could be like kind of setting up with like, hey, why don't you guys chat and see if you like each other?
Right. Or like, hey, do you have some friends that want to go do a flight of coffee with my friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let me say something too I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
If I'm a dude and I meet you and I look at your living situation, I mean, just to be honest, right?
No,
So
I
if
know,
we're
I know,
tapping
I know,
into
I know.
our third person
Yeah.
removed, and then they're like, oh, but she lives with. So that to me,
Yeah.
if I was the person dating you,
Yeah,
I would be
yeah.
like, fuck no. So I'm wondering how we talk about that. Because I'm assuming you still want to meet people.
I think I haven't felt like an urgency to change my living situation.
And you might if that happened.
Yeah, which I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to, like whatever I have, but it would have to be like really somebody that
Yeah.
I like. So I think also it's kind of a protection thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to start because
It's
like I
convenient
said,
right
I
now.
fall hard and I fall fast. I can't do that while I'm in this. I have to get to know that person. It has to go slow, whatever. And then,
So my friend Terry, she met someone on, I think she actually met him on Tinder. And when she first met him, well, he was still this way after she met him for a minute, but he lived with his ex and their two children live there. And their kids are like teens. And it was same as you. It was strictly a business thing and
Mhm.
what was best for the kids.
Mhm.
I think it's going to take a special kind of person to understand that.
Absolutely.
oh,
Because I think most people wouldn't be that open-minded. Anyway,
Right.
Terry and Chuck are now married. He's like the love of her life. So
yeah.
basically,
He was in the same situation? Or
he was.
Okay.
She met him, and at first she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But she got to meet him, and she got to understand. And then as soon as he met her, he was kind of like, "Okay, I'm changing this
Right,
shit
right,
right
right,
now." And he did. He stuck to
Yeah.
his word because they also had a house. They had to sell the house. I know you don't have to do that, but I'm saying it happens. It's
Yeah.
real.
I guess I'm like at a point in my life where I'm like, getting out of that situation right now, I think the convenience of having somebody there while I finish school trumps opening myself up to somebody who, opens
Yeah.
myself up to somebody more or
Mhm.
a wider variety of guys. I just don't think that's a priority. I have to finish school. Like that is.
Do you
So-
think he would stop helping you?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Really?
Not that he like helps too much right now, even, but just like to come here to do this,
Yeah.
right?
It's the peace of
I
mind
mean,
yeah.
for
it's a
you
peace
too.
of mind that
Yeah.
my dogs are going to be taken care
Yeah.
of while I go and do these volleyball trips and things like that. And I honestly, dating seems like a chore right now
Yeah.
with how busy I am. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why the hell would I?
I think the
You know?
thing is, I totally get all this that you're
Mhm.
saying, and I think the thing is once you meet the right person,
Yeah,
those thoughts totally change.
no, I'm a little salty. Yeah,
Because I 100% agree with you, and the apps especially, I feel like make it seem like so much fucking work. Because it's so much communication with people that are communicating with 10 other fucking people, 100 people.
Well, and you don't
can't hold a fucking conversation.
Well, and even the few that I held a conversation for, and then ended up just like deleting, like just wiping away. I think I like removed some. It was like, you want to come over tonight?
Yeah.
Those were the
and
ones
I'm
that
like,
were like just wanting booty call. Which
and I'll
is
tell you,
sad.
for me as a married woman on that, and although Roger could care less, I don't feel comfortable
It feels
weird.
weird.
those
Yeah.
questions,
weird.
even
Yeah.
though it's not as
Even
me.
though it's for her.
Right.
Right. So, and then I know that's not what she wants,
Mhm.
but now I'm finding that, if that's what's on these, or maybe Bumble is just not, you know what? I feel like I don't love the you have to talk first thing.
Yeah.
When I met my husband, the messages came flooding in and you could go through them and pick and choose who you wanted to talk to. And they
That's
started
nice.
with a question that you could answer, even if it was like, hi, how are you? How's your day? These are like, you're asking a stupid, what are her green and red flags? I don't know. Right?
Well,
What
Right.
is your first date? Like, I don't know how to answer these questions that the system is coming up with that
Yeah.
I had to answer.
Well, and I'm sorry, but I really, really, really hate, how's your day been? What you got going on
Right.
today? And I
Right.
know that it's like, it's meant to be a conversation, but I think half the time they say that and they say it to everybody else, they don't care.
They could care
They're-
less.
It's just I don't. Well, here's the reason I asked too about your living situation, because I almost feel like this isn't even the right app.
That's
like,
what I was just saying. I don't like.
Yeah, if you
Well,
go
and I
to
think it's the same for all three of us in here. We want traditional.
right.
yes,
I think it sets a different tone where I'm kind of in a masculine era asking you these questions or opening like you don't have to do shit. Like I don't
Mhm.
want that. I
I
want
don't-
some guy who's like I'm gonna be the alpha here
Yep.
and I'm gonna ask these questions
Yep.
or whatever
Well, and you can't even talk to these guys
until you
until
message them.
message them.
Yeah.
So here I am swiping. Oh, you're a match, and I don't even know what to start with.
Mhm.
totally.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did like how where I met Roger, it opened up the door to have more, and
Wait, that
then
was
you can
Plenty of
pick and
Fish?
choose. Yeah, and not saying Plenty of Fish is the right
No,
side
yeah,
at
yeah,
all, but something where you see what the opening line
Mhm.
is, and if you have a connection, you can read their profile, and then
Mhm.
you can answer them.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
If it's just a stupid question that you're just like, oh, he's asking this to a million people.
Right.
Here's the
Right?
one thing I would say about the U.S. first thing: a bunch of dudes reaching out to you can feel overwhelming, and you could have zero interest in these dudes.
Mhm.
So I liked Bumble for that reason of like I could look first, because it's true, you're a girl out there, you're fresh meat on these apps, and if they can,
Right.
it's true. And if I mean, just even load on them today,
Right.
if they can message you first, Danielle, you're gonna get so many in your inbox, and a lot of them you're gonna be like, ew, like.
Yeah.
They immediately go to gross shit about coming over and booty calls and
Yeah.
stuff,
See,
and so
I'm really good though at like
shutting them down.
yeah. We're
And
just
that's
so
where
sorry.
I was
I'm
not
like,
good.
I don't care. Yeah, no.
Like even when he was like, I have an onion for you, I'm like,
Dude,
okay.
and the little winky, the little
I would
winky
have said I
face.
don't really like onions.
Oh.
That's what I would have said. Like,
Right.
so-
Well, the question was,
yeah.
if I cooked the entire meal, would you
Oh,
chop the onion?
Yeah,
and I said,
I thought you answered it pretty well.
I answered it well, but
Yeah.
then he turned it into a booty call, and I'm like, I now don't know what to say.
Uh-oh.
Like, once it turns that way,
yeah.
And he did it within like what two
messages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
I feel like it would be more fun if it was somebody that maybe we had a mutual connection with instead of being on these apps. But again, the apps are the way of the world now. This is the
That it
dating
is true.
way, and that's what sucks. But where you're not gonna go
Can
to
somebody
a bar.
just invite me to like some highfalutin?
Well, I
hike
just
thing
because
where there's a whole bunch of
the
dorks
same
who
as
can't-
Carly though,
Oh, they're
Danielle.
rich.
right?
The same as Carly though, like busy as hell, me, kids,
Yeah.
businesses, all the things. I went to the apps. That's how I met Chris, and it wasn't because I wasn't going out to
Right.
bars.
Yeah.
I wasn't like asking my circle who they knew, which was few and far between anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so busy being the masculine, working on taking care of your life, like. There's really no other way you're going to do it unless organically you run into somebody in the middle of somewhere and somebody has the guts to ask somebody out, right? And
Which doesn't even
it
happen
doesn't happen anymore.
Because people are too afraid,
Yeah.
right, of rejection in person. It's easier to get that rejection online,
Right.
right? I don't feel like you are afraid. Like I feel like you would take it pretty well. You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
meeting someone in person, but
Yeah.
like you're not gonna find that guy very
Right.
often
Yeah.
anymore that has the confidence to walk up to you unless they've been drinking at a bar. And how often do you go to a bar where they're
Right.
gonna ask for your number at the grocery store?
It could happen.
It could happen.
So, I mean, maybe the thing is like, and I understand the frustration with the apps because I know Carly did it too, right? And I loaded them, deleted them, loaded them, deleted them. Like I was just irritated. I fucking hated them, and they're in some ways like it just irritates you that you're spending so much time on them for nothing. Or these people that
Yeah.
right away go to booty call messages, and you're like, I'm not here for that. But if you can decide, I'm going to live with this pain, knowing that there's probably something good on the chances
Right.
are you're going to find some good in it.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever talked to Chris? Because you met him on Bubble, right? Was that
I
the
think
one?
it was Bumble. There's another one. Is it called Hinge?
Well, there's the hinge.
It was one of those two. I
Okay.
think it was Bumble.
Was he on there to find like a
Yes.
life partner? So he
Yes.
was on there. That
Yes.
was his
He
ultimate
wasn't-
goal. It wasn't like
Yeah.
he was there just casually dating.
And
He
his
changed him.
messages, his first messages to me were not like that. Because if they were, I would have
Yeah,
been like,
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
would
yeah.
you're
have
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
And when I've talked to him on the phone before I met with him, and it was a real conversation. When I met with him, it was a real conversation.
Yeah.
Like there are adult men and women,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
who legit want this. They're like you. They're like, I'm tired of this app shit.
Yeah.
But I do think we would just have to be. That's why I asked about the living situation, because to me, like as your friend, like I would say that out loud to you. Like,
Right.
dude, you want to meet a person, you got to be able to address that right away, because
Uh-huh.
that's a scary
Yeah.
thing for people. Like, oh, she's not serious. She's not even finished with her other situation type stuff, you know?
Right. Well, I would just have to meet him once and know that.
Maybe
What
that-
I will say,
I get
I was like, you just have to meet him. But I I feel like, I mean, you're so far removed from that relationship that really
Yeah.
is just a roommate situation. But there will be guys out there who are like, okay, well, when you're bored or you're drinking, like, how do I know that
Yes,
maybe
exactly.
you're not going to do
Exactly.
something with that? And I think that's
Yeah.
insecurities of other men, knowing that if it was just a male roommate, right, not your ex, not your
Exactly.
the father of your son, I think it'd be a totally different
Exactly.
situation. But you have had sex with him before, right?
Right.
So I think that they would probably take it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're wrong. And maybe there's going to be a guy be like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. And there will be a guy out
Yeah.
there who is like that.
Right.
But once they meet him and see their
Yeah. But you know what?
chemistry
though?
that's not there.
Maybe that's why this is a special person, right? So maybe that's
I
like
was
kind
just
of what
gonna
you were
say,
saying.
maybe like I just
You're-
figured it. This is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And if it's meant to happen now, they'll accept where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so let's talk about Danielle's 5-year plan.
Yes.
So,
So fast
when
forward.
Danielle finishes school,
Yes.
is Danielle going to change her living situation? What's Danielle's plan?
I mean, that's really the goal. I won't have school. Hopefully, I'll have a lesser workload. Chloe will be a few months away from having her driver's license, so she'll be an extra hand to like get herself to places.
Carter
So
will
this
be
is,
older.
this is actually 2026 we're talking about, next year.
Next year, yeah.
Okay.
And I won't need the extra money to pay for my school tuition.
okay.
So, you know,
So that's the plan, though.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's huge.
I should.
It's very huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
So-
you and you? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I would if I met the right person, I would do it tomorrow, right? It's not like all those things are keeping me in this, but they're perks of just not like I'm
Yeah.
not.
There's perks of just not adjusting it
Yeah.
right now.
There's-
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
she
it's
has
not
no
bothering
reason
me.
to
Yeah,
adjust
I
it right
totally
now.
get it. I totally get
So, yeah.
it. All right. I
But and I
understand.
have met somebody who, right?
Yeah.
That one guy. That
Yeah.
was so I know there's people out there that would not be like, oh my god, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Do you think he was real, or do you think he was booty call?
I think the intention was booty call, and it turned into something real,
And it scared him?
and it scared him because I think he likes to be avoidant.
Who are we
So.
talking about?
This one guy that, gosh, I think it's been
Was he the one that
a
you
little
still
over a
reach
year
out
now. Yeah.
every once in a while? Okay.
He tried to call me while I was in Utah.
What?
What? This was
Did
just
he
last
see?
week.
Did he see the pod?
Maybe you
my
should tell
thing.
him to watch
No,
it.
no.
I was gonna say, maybe he reached out because he saw we
Then
were
he gets to
talking about
see me,
him.
and he doesn't get to see.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, he called me. I was in class, whatever. So I was like, oh, I can call you tonight. He said, okay. So I tried to call him. He's like, give me a minute. I'm not done with whatever. And so I was like, well, I gotta get up early, so I'm gonna hit the hay. I'll try again tomorrow. So then I tried again the next day, and didn't answer. And I texted him. I said, did you have something to tell me? And he goes, yes. I'm like, okay, well, the ball's in your court because I've tried to call twice now, and no answer. And I think I waited a week.
Nothing.
Nothing. So I finally said, why do you do that? Why do you pretend like you're going to be there when somebody says they need you, aka my mom? And I said, why do you like call somebody and say you have something to say and then not return their calls? I'm like, it's actually pretty fucking rude.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
agree.
nothing. He hasn't
Danielle,
said a thing. But I
here's-
feel good. I'm like, yeah, you pussy.
But
Yeah,
you,
here's
you
the thing,
said
though.
something though, and that's huge.
That's big for me. Even
It
if
is
it was a nice
huge.
way, I did say something.
He's gonna reach
I
out
called him
again.
out.
He
You
will.
I know.
need to fucking ignore him, because here's the thing. I hear what you're saying, but he's totally playing with you. He's getting a rise out of you. He's getting an interaction with you. You're reaching out to him. You're calling him. You're giving him
That's
way
just
too much. Too
Well,
much.
now I know that, right? But I'm just like, I don't even know, like, what life
He's
do
done
they
that
get out of
Hasn't
that?
he done that more than once though? Where he'll like interact with you, call you, and then you try to reach out, reach out, reach out.
Yes.
So he's done it numerous times.
So
Yes.
what would have happened had you answered that phone call?
Who the fuck knows?
Would he have told you something?
I haven't talked to him. The last time I saw him was at a nail appointment in January, and that was a quick little interaction. Like, I haven't talked to him since I did talk to him in December, and before that it was like August. Like, we don't.
I feel like you spend time wondering why someone would do that rather than being like, I don't fucking
Or
care
maybe
why
I think
somebody would do that.
yeah, I think up until now, I would say like I know the type of guy he's capable of being because he was that. So it's like, oh,
You're hanging on to that.
right. And now I'm starting to say like, and that's another reason why I'm like, why the fuck would I date? Not just with him, but with like other relationships, just even platonic friendship. I'm like, why the fuck do people claim to care about somebody and then they do that kind of stuff? Like, for instance, the girl that bailed on me to drive
Yes.
to Utah. Her and her mom are my clients. She didn't have the money, blah blah blah. I get to Utah, and guess who's there with her? Her mom.
No.
So no wonder you couldn't go with me because you wanted to go with your mom because it benefited you and your mom. And that to me was like it wasn't just about money. It was, oh, my mom says she's going to come with me and she's going to pay for everything
Yeah.
and she's going to drive and
Just be transparent.
And so now and so I just felt like, oh, it wasn't even like just you've screwed me just because of money. You screwed me just because this is what you wanted just
Well,
overall.
and why couldn't you ride with her still?
Because I had to go up to Washington.
Oh,
Like she was going to be riding with me realistically.
yeah, yeah.
okay.
But so her mom does like where she goes to grocery stores. So her mom had some stores in the mountains that she needed to go to. So she's like, hey, come with me to those stores in the mountain and then we'll head up to Utah for you after. So basically I got booted because her mom now
Needed
agreed
her.
to pay for her thing and needed her to, wanted company on this trip up to the mountains, whatever. Meanwhile, they're always like, oh, I want to hang out with you. We're good friends. Invite me to their house, blah, blah, blah. And kind of, it make me feel bad because it's easy to do, right? About like how I'm not giving them my time and we're friends and, giving them hairspray because, oh, they say it smells good and like giving it to them. And I know they don't have like a bunch of money. And I was like, you do these little drops to treat me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I just was like, or
Here's
call
what
every
I would,
once in a while because you care.
here's
You
what I
treat me
would
like
say
that.
though. You can't change who you are inside because people disappoint you.
Yeah.
Most people are going to disappoint you. Most people are not like you.
I just hope I can find the red flags sooner.
That's why you have
Or
us now.
put up that boundary
Yeah.
sooner. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm
I hear
trying
you.
to learn
I hear
that
you.
now with my mom being gone because I just don't have like the
Yeah.
capacity to do it long term. So I'm definitely learning, but I and this is shorter for me, believe it or not. But yeah, I hold on to people or like believe what they say. I think a little bit longer than I should.
And I hope you don't take it personal because that's just who they are and
they
it's got
are.
nothing to do with you.
Oh.
It's got everything to do with how they feel about themselves and who they are
Right.
inside, and how they treat people is not a reflection of you.
That for those particular, I'm learning it now, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that sooner.
Yeah.
And I caught this girl on this trip. Okay, I got story time.
Okay.
We all go out for like this bonding dinner, right? All the nursing students, and this girl, when we were at Shalom Park, that was my first clinical. She messaged a few of us and was like, hey, can you give me a call? I don't even call people that I know, let alone people
Totally.
that I don't
Text
know,
me.
right?
Yeah.
It gives me anxiety. I don't know what you want me for.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't even know you and you're telling me to reach out, even more anxiety, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, a lot of us were like, oh, this girl reach out? That's freaking weird. And this other girl was like, oh, I'll reach out to her. Don't worry about it. And so we were like, cool. I wasn't going to reach out anyway, but whatever. So anyway, she was at the girl that reached out was at this thing and we were all in this dinner thing. And, we were talking about clinicals and I was like, oh, you were supposed to be at that one with us, right? And she was like, she's black. Okay. She goes, yeah, I was. How'd you know? And I'm like, oh, well, you just reached out to a few of us. And so I think we just kind of thought like,
Yeah,
you
you're
maybe
supposed to be
missed the
there.
day
Yeah.
or whatever. And she was like, she just started attacking me
What?
For saying that?
because I didn't reach out. I saw her message, but I didn't reach out. And I'm like, and I was really honest. I'm like, sorry, I don't call people. It gives me anxiety. And I was like, and Jordan said that she reached out to you. So I'm
Yeah.
like, and I'm busy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's not your job.
Yeah.
she was, and I was like, do you really think that I'd be like telling you all this if I
Yeah,
thought I did
that was-
something wrong?
yeah.
She was like, I don't know, you're drinking, so blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, but
How many of you were there at that dinner?
7?
And she
Did
reached
anyone
out
say
to
anything?
everybody?
No, there was only like 3 of us, or
But still,
4.
and the girl said she
I
reached
was-
out to
yeah.
her. She's like, cool, it's handled.
But the other one that she reached out to, I think that didn't answer, wasn't there. But yeah, but I should have just been like, that's that girl's problem. No, I talked to I was like, I'm not in the wrong, right? I second guessed myself.
yeah.
Because she attacked me so hard. I'm like, I wasn't in the wrong,
Yeah,
right?
did I
Like,
do
I didn't do
something
any,
there?
like,
Well, and what was she reaching out for?
that was what Jordan, I was like, I wasn't wrong, right? And she was like, no. And she was like, and honestly, it was a question for the professor anyway. Like, I told her to reach out to the professor. I don't know that.
Was this girl intoxicated when she started coming at
She
you?
just- You know how, like, sometimes they just get really, like,
Yeah.
they think
Aggressive.
it's because they're, or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
which is not the case at all.
Or make an assumption about you and your thoughts about who she
I'm like,
is.
damn,
and
you are
all
not
that.
going to make a good nurse if you feel like people owe you
Totally.
something before they even meet you, and they basically call them a liar or whatever and don't have any sympathy on the other end of it. Like,
When you were doing this thing, this training, were all you guys together, like
Mhm.
training together?
yeah.
How was that experience?
I mean, it was fine because actually a lot of them, I think all of them except for 2, were at the clinicals, so I knew a lot of them. That was
Oh,
another one
that's
where I'm like,
good.
shame on you. I've already
Yeah.
built rapport with a lot of these
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and you haven't because you weren't there.
Did anyone
So-
stick up for you in that situation?
No.
Did they hear the whole thing? Like where she was going at you?
Maybe a few of
But
them.
they were trying to like pretend
I
like they
think-
weren't
yeah,
in the
I think
conversation.
so, which is fine.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
But you could tell from, because that was the first day, so you could tell the day after, and even when I see her on
Oh,
Zoom now, she just got a
goodness.
chip on her shoulder. I think she knows she screwed herself.
Yeah.
Like, she feels kind of awkward now,
Well, good.
right? Which I'm like, you came out.
Yeah. Why would you treat people like that?
Yeah, but moral of the story is, I still second guess myself, even though I did nothing wrong.
Yeah. The whole second day, you were probably like second guessing yourself
I-
about how you
I-
handled it, and
Even the plane ride home, I'm like, was I? Did
That's why you just gotta you gotta not worry. I've been there so many times where it
Mhm.
actually will like ruin days and weeks for me and get in my
Mhm.
head, and I can't shake it.
Yeah.
And now going through a bunch of the situations that I've gone through in the last couple years, I just don't give 2 fucks anymore. And if I hurt your feelings or I didn't do what you
Mhm.
wanted me to do, like that's on you.
Right.
Like, right? And like that's on her. She should have known the question. She should have showed up when she was supposed to show up.
Ask the professor.
Ask the professor. None of any of this is your fault.
Or just realize maybe I had shit going on. I couldn't
Yeah.
answer a fucking message.
Right.
yeah,
you know?
I was gonna say the same thing. Like I feel like because I was even thinking about like this morning. So it's Monday, right? Monday morning. I had somebody emailing me Friday afternoon something needing something,
Mhm.
right? Got it. I got your 5 emails about the thing. I'm aware of it. Then I start getting texts. So then it's like I have to do what they want when they want me to do
Right
it.
then.
I'm mad. Now I'm like, okay, I'll text back now. I got your 5 emails. I got your 3 texts.
I haven't had a minute.
I will take care of it on my time.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes I feel like those people deserve the no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you don't manage me, my time.
Yes.
Your expectation is your fucking expectation. You deal with it. I'll deal with things when I can get to it,
And
right?
if there's
'Cause-
consequences, you'll deal with those too.
totally.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, like to your point, you have other shit going on. You're busy. You're a mom. You got kids.
Yeah.
Like people need to. Well, I shouldn't say that. People will be how they are.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah.
to learn how to adjust and not
Yeah.
let it affect us
Yeah.
at all.
Well, and
Fuck these
99% of the time, it's not an emergency.
It's not.
Right? Like what she needed was not emergency. What this person needs, not an
Yeah,
emergency.
right.
It's not life or death. Like we will get it done. You will get it done. Like
know
what
what
do you do if you have a question and somebody's not responding? You go somewhere else
Yeah,
to find
well,
the
and
answer.
here's the thing,
You
and
don't
I-
just blame it on them.
I say this to people a lot now, and I think it sounds snarky, but I don't fucking care. Poor planning on your part does not make an emergency on my part.
Yeah.
And I say that
agree.
to people all the time because I do my job, I do things timely, I feel like I'm a good communicator, but there's also priorities of things, right? Like somebody's leaking water somewhere is a way higher priority than something silly. Right. And so it's like you have all these things also going on in your life. And you're prioritizing. So when someone comes at you because she didn't figure her shit out and then makes it your or tries to make it your problem, like like no, that's not how life is, people.
No.
She's gonna suck as a nurse because she has that kind of
Can you
attitude.
imagine what her bedside manager is going to be
Totally.
like?
Yeah.
She's going to yell at you for something so minute. What about the angry parent
Right.
or the, you know what I mean? She's not going to make it very far.
Or the person in
Totally.
there with a UTI because they didn't drink water.
Exactly.
Well, you
Yeah,
should.
you should have
Yeah.
They coming in at 3 a.m. for an STD check.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would have paid to do that one. Why you ain't celibate?
That's right. Should have followed the good Lord.
Let me give you this Bible. You follow this Bible, sister. Praise Jesus.
Okay, I'll come back tomorrow. It's like,
When are you not working?
She's like,
we are job when she's
Look at
working. Like, oozing.
Something happening down there.
Not my problem.
I love it. Yeah. Well, we're working on it.
But I want to go back to
Jokes.
no.
She's
Real
like,
quick.
never again.
No, I'm not. I'm
She
taking a
might dabble.
hiatus.
She might dabble.
I'm celibate from joke telling. Back to the guy,
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah. Tell me.
He is calling you to see if you will answer. He
Yes.
is hanging on by 2 fingers here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he wants to make sure he still has you if he
Yeah.
wants you.
He's
yes,
ready.
yes. I get that.
It's a power trip.
It's a power
it
trip.
now.
So just know that was just a test
Uh-huh.
to see how far you would go to help him out or listen to what he needs to tell
So you
you.
failed that test.
So you failed.
And even when you texted him
Fail.
and said, "Why would you send this?" That's another fail. You know what's not a fail?
Calling him
Delete.
Delete.
Ignore
But like
him.
now you did put the ball in his court, right? Like he's like, well, I'm not going to answer her, but she's going to call me, or I'll call her and she'll answer again. Let's not do that.
Well, I do. I think I know that because I called him out. He's sitting in his woes right now. He's feeling bad about himself because he is a good person.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, if he thought about it, like, these are like knee jerk reactions, right? But if he really thought about it, which he doesn't like to do because he's avoidant, he'd be like, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
of
that-
me. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
he's
super
not thinking
fun.
about it. You
No,
just think
no,
he
no,
just
no.
feels bad about himself.
Well, I think he's thinking about it now that I called him out.
Yeah.
I
She knows
think
him
if
enough
he
to-
really cared, he would apologize. I don't think he cares. I think you want to think he's a different person than he is. Now, granted, I know you had a thing with him, so I
Right.
don't know him at all. I've never met the guy. But I'm just saying, our brain will do all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy stuff when we think we maybe love somebody or care about somebody or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And we think they're this person because we saw a glimmer, a glimpse
Right.
of hope.
I think.
Let's place a bet. Will he reach back out to her again?
Well, I want him to because I want to know what he had to tell her.
I actually don't.
He will, but it won't be for a few months.
He has
It won't be
nothing to
for you.
tell you. He has nothing
Yeah,
to
probably
tell
not.
you.
I know.
That whole conversation, I think I told you. Yeah, I did in December.
Yeah.
That whole conversation in December, he calls me, and it was all this like, you know, I'm sorry I was dealing with stuff. That's why I couldn't be there when your mom passed, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you know, I have been sleeping with other women, blah, 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 but they're meaningless and I don't want that anymore. Like, I want something meaningful and that was with you, blah, 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 blah. Right? And 2 days later, he comes to this, he's texting me in the middle of the night, I love you. 2 days later, he's coming to the shop. After that week, nothing.
What?
Right?
See, that hurts my heart. Like, how do guys just flip the switch and turn it off? How can you love somebody and show up when you want, and then when someone's hurting or needs you, or you decide you just want to have sex with another girl, you can flip that switch and not care anymore? Like,
It's crazy to me. And I think he's a pretty good master at it.
yeah.
He's a pretty good master at it.
Like, is he worth it though? Is he cute?
He I would have never looked at him twice. He has all the things that I'm like, I would never be attracted to. He's short, he's black, he has a beard, he has long hair. Nothing that I would
Really?
at first glance be attracted to.
But he won you over.
Yeah, he's like, let me give you a massage. I'm like, okay.
Wait, is he a masseuse?
Yeah. No, he's a barber.
Yeah, he's not even a masseuse. He's like, let me give you a massage. He slipped that ayahuasca, get that massage
He's
juice.
all
That's
here,
what he
take those
did.
bra straps down. I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna put this towel over your eyes. I'm like, okay.
What? Where was
You
this
fall
at?
asleep
I mean,
and
we
you
don't-
have clothes on.
I
Was
was
this
maybe-
sleeping, girl.
Maybe.
Was he at your house?
No, we have salon suites
We have windows.
at our current location.
But she didn't before. But see, that's what's but that's what's good though, that you have seen that you will look outside of your
That's
regular
what I'm
type.
saying. Like there are some things that are hard no, right? Like rotting teeth.
Yeah.
Hard no.
Halitosis, stickiness.
But, most things I'll look past if they have it, the personality.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want them to be butt ass ugly, but I don't really have like a
Type.
type per se. You know, there's not really a whole lot of guys where I'm like, damn.
Like, right.
Like looks are just not
Yeah.
super important.
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
so-
Well, typically, if they have the looks, they don't got the personality.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't have friends, but you do.
I have to think. I have to think. More acquaintances. I have to think. I have to think. Yeah,
Okay, think on it.
because I haven't really like actually sat down and tried to think of my family tree
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
acquaintances. But I'm sure that there's probably something there if I think about it.
Like, I even asked Raj, I'm like, who we got for Danielle? He's like, no one that I would want to say that
Good for Roger.
Yeah,
I set that up. Like,
yeah.
she has a few
That's how I got Mark,
contractors.
right?
Yeah.
I'm like, the people that introduce, I'm like, fuck you. They're like, I'm sorry. You know?
I mean, he's got a few contractors, but they like, I don't know, like coming off meth and shit.
You know, and
That's gonna be a
there's,
hard pass. That is also a hard pass for me.
I think too. Like now that I think about it, so I ran into a living situation. There was this dude. He was a friend. So my friend's a police officer. She's a police officer. Her husband's a firefighter, and this other dude that I met was a firefighter in the dude's station. So like, oh, you're gonna like this guy and meet this guy and whatever. So we went. I think we went to Top Golf. The four of us went to Top Golf, and he was okay. Like he was, the end of that night at Top Golf. We just met the Top Golf. Went to Top Golf. I just met this guy.
Mhm.
I find out he lives in Elizabeth, which is south of us,
Yeah.
with his mom.
Mhm.
Right. So at first I was like, and then he's like, well, I'm taking care of my mom. And I'm like, okay, well, there's more to
Yeah,
this
yeah,
story,
yeah, yeah.
right? Do you want to come over and spend the night? Do you want to come over and spend the night
With
At
at my mom's house?
I might just have to leave to go wipe her butt every once in a while, but
let me drive 2 hours to go to your mom's house to spend the night with you. Fucking
Yeah,
dude.
no.
I was like, dude.
Maybe he was testing you.
he ain't taking care of his mom. He ain't taking care of it.
His mom took him in.
You're
He
right.
had nowhere to go. She's actually fine. She's 63.
He's all alone. If anybody
She's
comes
got
up
a
with
full-time job.
But the point was like, he didn't have any qualms about, like, this is the sitch. Do you want to come over? You fuck, are you crazy?
No,
I don't want to
yeah,
go over.
No.
But he was testing you, just like same situation with you. Like, yeah, you want to stay the night? Like, my ex is in the other room.
Oh, I would never.
She'd have to go.
I would,
You go
yeah,
there.
I would go there or be like, oh, let's get a hotel or
Yeah,
whatever. I
yeah.
would never.
You would never bring him
That's
home.
disrespectful to Mark, and I would never want him to do that to me, and so I would. Never
Oh,
do
so
that
that's
to him.
never
Yeah.
happened? No? Oh, nice.
I would never.
That's
Yeah, I
where
don't
she-
think I could either. That'd be a weird mood.
Yeah. Well, and
Breaker.
I mean, yeah, he's. Come on, guys, he's still in love with me, right?
He is.
That would be so rude.
You think he is?
Oh, 100%. He would if you guys sat him in his chair right now and said, "Be honest, Mark."
But why does he talk to you poorly, do you think?
I think it's because he is an alcoholic, and so he has all of the flaws that come with an alcoholic. And I think it's how he was raised. I think he pretty much raised himself. I think he left the house when he was like 16. He didn't graduate high school. The people that he gravitated to, like his dad left at a pretty early age, so he adopted a dad who was a drug addict who he had to give all of his money to. to help
Mhm.
support his addiction, but that's who he gravitated to have that father figure because that's who would take him in. I mean, they were stealing for food and you know what I mean? So he's had a rough life.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I did stay with him for as long as I did, is like I would make excuses for him
Yeah,
too. Like
totally.
he's had a rough life. So I think that's why his whole family's that way. None of them have any couth.
Does he know when he's saying the bad things that he's saying the bad things, do you think? Or do you think
I think it's he's in the heat of the moment, and he doesn't know how to use two parts of his brain at once.
does he apologize? Does he ever feel bad about what he says?
He might feel bad,
But
but
he doesn't say
He
anything.
doesn't.
Are you worried that Carter's going to do that?
um,
Sorry, not to get like deep
no,
right
no,
now,
that's
but
okay. I hope not. Like I'm already like Mark doesn't like to do any of the hard things emotionally, right? So telling Carter no and having to deal with him crying or whatever, it's easier for Mark to say yes. So yeah, I'll get you chocolate milk in the middle of the night. I'll do this, right? Which you're like, oh, what a good dad. No,
It's just the easy way.
Not. And he's teaching him that he can have whatever he wants when he wants it,
Yeah.
and that he doesn't have to do anything. And I think Mark was raised the same exact way, and I think that's why Mark can't manage any of the hard things. You've witnessed it, right?
yeah.
He can't manage any of the hard things. He just can't.
So going forward, though, because thinking about it, so I was emancipated. I had
Mhm.
drug, alcohol in
Mhm.
my life. I raised myself since 15, all the
Mhm,
things,
mhm.
right? So I was either going to be a crack whore on the street
Right.
or opposite of that. So everybody's got a choice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
So going forward,
Mhm.
you won't make excuses for people. We're making that deal, right? That people
guess.
have to deal with their shit. They don't get
Yeah.
get to put their shit onto you.
Yes.
So just because I was said those bad things, I don't get to say those bad things to somebody else. So just because
Right.
he was said
Yes.
those bad things,
I know.
and I'm not
In
saying
my
he'll,
core, I know. But
and he'll nobody will change unless they want to change, right?
Yeah.
So no
Yeah.
matter how much it bothers you, doesn't give a shit.
I tried
Doesn't
for a
matter.
while to change
Yeah,
him
yeah.
again, but and
Yeah.
then it clicked. It was like he doesn't want to stop drinking, and he doesn't want to stop hanging out with his friends till 5 a.m. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
do any of that. And however much he loves me, I know that, but it's not enough.
I
you
just
know?
want for you going forward,
Mhm.
for you to have the best, and
Thank
I do.
Thank you.
And that's going to be hard to be able to turn away from people that aren't willing to
Yeah.
do the work, because I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from, right? And
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
you believe. I
Mhm.
saw that glimmer. I know they have it in them. But Danielle,
I
like,
know.
life's too fucking short. Someone should love you and treat you like a queen.
Well, and you
Seriously.
don't want that enough in your life as far as relationship right now to even put up with that bullshit.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. It's draining.
Right.
So now
Yeah.
is the time, right? So when you find that person and they prove to you that they can do all the
Mhm.
things right and they are that person for you, like you'll be ready. Right now, we don't put up with shit
Nope.
No,
because we're
yeah,
not
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for
Yep.
tomorrow
Right.
the love of our life.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
This is so
If
true.
the love of your life just happens to fall in
Fall.
your lap,
Or I fall on.
where you fall on.
multiple times over and over. I mean, that's just funny how that happened.
So weird.
Weird. I'll
That's
do it again.
weird. That's weird. I'm not sure.
Try that one more time.
Yeah. I'm not sure how to rate it
Make sure
yet.
you're good for me.
I love it. Yes. All right. Well, Stacey, I guess the ball's in your court to look at your dating
So look
tree.
at my tree.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised Roger doesn't have any connections. Tell him to
Well,
think about it a little more.
Every single person we know at this point that is even like an acquaintance or would be worth anything is, I mean, we're all married.
Yeah.
That's like the other thing too, though. Like, Amanda's husband.
Yeah.
I think they have a great relationship. I'm like, oh my god, they have such a cute relationship, whatever. But like, I know it's funny because my track record doesn't show. I think I have really high standards. Like for like that one, like I probably would not like. She's cool, just letting him do whatever.
Yeah.
No, I want somebody who like wants to hang out with family and like
Yeah, I don't know who we're talking about.
They're different.
Amanda's husband.
They're different.
What's his name? Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Nobody sees
they're
this.
different.
I just I'm not
You
saying,
just-
I'm saying it's not for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's,
yeah, yeah.
it's different priorities.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
am 1,000% in agreement with you.
Yeah.
Because yes, if you're not getting your cup filled in that way by having that,
Yeah.
then no go. They could
Yeah.
be great. They
Yeah,
could
yeah,
love
yeah.
you. But at the end of the day, if that's, or if there's at least not the conversation of how that changes.
Right.
So
right.
I just think it's different.
Yeah.
1,000%. And I totally get you. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So I'm still considering.
But these are really good. You know what would be good? You know what would be good is to have a pod or not, maybe on Thursday, I interview you
Uh-huh.
for things that are important to you. Like, because I think I know, and like, I don't want to
Yeah.
like impress my own feelings on that, right? Because I definitely have my own opinions,
Yeah.
but they're not, it's not my right to do that. It's yours. That would be a great start. So I'll write it all down.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask you questions. I'll
Uh-huh.
interview you.
Okay.
I'll record some of the interview. So do your hair and
Okay.
we'll make this interview.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
and we
is
can
good.
just. Oh, yes. We're going to find somebody.
I,
Sorry, I'm still stuck on trying to figure out if I know anyone.
we're hoping nobody sees this.
Yeah. Also that.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe not entirely give up the online side of it, but
yeah, I agree.
based on Carly's feedback, I do feel like that needs to be you. Because you're right. If I start to get those questions that feel sexual, then I'm like,
It was.
I don't like that. That even though it's not for me, I
Yeah.
don't
Well,
want
and
it.
I knew she wouldn't like that either,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
I also
Oh yeah, I would never meet up with
You
those
wouldn't
guys.
meet up with that. So
I
then
might
why
flirt back,
carry
but I
on
wouldn't.
a full blown conversation
Right.
when I'm like, this is gonna go nowhere with
Right.
her.
Totally.
Like
Right.
she's not gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We're gonna
I'll,
figure
build,
this
I'll
out.
have AI build a resume. We could start sending that out.
It's not a bad idea.
Like
I mean-
questionnaire. And we could just filter them out that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's this guys. I feel. See, this is also what I feel like too might be the viral moment. Is if we come up with some kick-ass way to make this happen that's not on the apps.
Yes.
Oh, then everybody will be
Yes.
It'd be
on
huge.
the bandwagon.
But it's like with the resume and the video, like how do we send that out?
Maybe we just set up a dating booth, like, and just sit there with.
I do like Kissing Booth, that
Yeah,
movie. That's
yeah.
a pretty good movie.
That is a good movie.
It's a dating booth, and
5 speed round? That's like speed dating.
this is cool. I need to figure this out.
We
I'm
have
like,
to figure. That's the thing.
yeah.
There's so many ideas. The
If
first
you
one was
guys
a
have
bust,
ideas,
so
let
let's
us
figure out
know.
the second one. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys have ideas, help us, please.
Yeah.
Look at her.
I'm scheming.
Scheming.
I'm gonna make it work.
Okay.
I am. I love
Alright.
it.
Well, I'll see you Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you
Maybe
Thursday.
Thursday.
Are you in
So-
on Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. If you wanted to show up, I'll be there around 11. So,
She's
I
like,
start
"That's-
earlier than that.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Should
This
I be
week
there
this
before
week
you?
sucks. I know. I might be there before you.
Okay. Okay.
Trying to pack it all in after your trip from earlier this month still?
Yeah. Well, and then Amanda went into labor early.
Oh, so you're taking her some of her.
It was like whatever you guys didn't take
She's being induced tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
My mom's.
Oh,
That's super cute. She texted me that Amanda was pregnant. I didn't know.
She was like, I just thought she was eating well.
I seriously
It's
didn't
because
know.
she's big bone. Like, she carries it really.
Well,
I don't think I noticed her like a month ago.
Well, and two like sweatshirts and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
she wears
Yeah,
baggy
I
and
feel like
stuff.
every time I've seen her, she's had on a
She's
cap
like, I
and
look like a cow.
a
I'm like, no, you
sweatshirt.
don't.
And
You
like,
look
I
pregnant.
literally, when I
She
talk
looks
to her,
great.
I don't like look,
Yeah.
right? So,
Right.
like, when she said that, I was like, what?
Amanda who?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
which one?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then, because she said she was about to have the baby.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was like 2 months. It
Yeah.
was like she was about to. And I was
Well,
like,
I know.
no.
I talked the other day and I was like, this bitch, I gained like 80 pounds with the twins. And I
Totally.
gained like 45 with Jackson.
But that just shows you how good she looks, right? Because
Right.
I didn't even
know. Yeah.
didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I never would have been able to hide
No.
Right,
that.
right,
And like
right.
she
No.
just
Yeah.
gained about as much as I gained on
Yeah.
going
She
on vacation
carries it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
to Mexico.
One last thing before we end up. Your brown noser.
Mhm.
See, I walked in with her the other day, and she goes, "How's your podcast doing?" And I want to be like, "You would know if you fucking watched it, but you don't. So don't act like you care."
I think I know who it
I was
was
like, "I'm
talking
telling
about.
Stacy."
I bet she does. I bet she does watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think so?
I think she does. At least the clips.
Yeah, at least the clips. So I'll have to not put this out as a clip.
Yeah, don't be like,
I don't care. I'm calling you
Oops.
out, girl.
It's
Come
a
at
new
me.
age of Danielle, motherfuckers.
I'm a new and improved.
Danielle,
No, that wasn't about you.
Actually, yes, it was.
I'm in the back like,
Yes, I reviewed the tapes.
I'm out crying.
I mean, I didn't say anything.
Yeah. See,
I didn't know who you were talking about.
She didn't say
Yeah,
nothing.
she abbreviated the name. I didn't know who you were talking about.
I'm talking about some
If I
girl
knew
named Jennifer.
it was you, I wouldn't have chimed in. So don't come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, we'll agree upon Thursday, I guess, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Sweet.
like it. All right. Peace out. Bye. Peace out, Cub Scout.